Turning to an issue for Donald Trump that simply won't go away. Trump aides had hoped to quiet this by Labor Day, get it done in the summer. That's not happening. Jeffrey Epstein's accusers demanding accountability. They've got bipartisan backing. Republicans have also joined, some of them, the chorus of those saying it's time to release those Epstein files, which the Trump administration has clearly been not only hiding, but sometimes misleadingly so by claiming they're releasing something, then it's nothing. The Republican MTG, who says she will support the bill to override House Republican leadership that are defending Trump and the secrecy to try to get the documents, says she also will try to play a role to reveal the names.
It's a scary thing to name names, but I will tell you, I'm not afraid to name names. And so if they want to give me a list, I will walk in that Capitol on the House floor and I'll say every damn name that abused these women.
That was at that press conference. Today, the issue goes forward. Congressman Massey discussing who could be on this list.
I don't think Donald Trump's name is on the list, no. I think there are probably some people in his administration who would be embarrassed, like Acosta. I think there are some very rich donors to the Republican Party and some, ironically, to the Democratic Party as well, who are going to be on that list.
The entire issue, as we've covered, has moved farther and farther away from the facts, what happened, what the DOJ did or failed to do, and why so many of the women, so many of the accusers have been completely mistreated through this process. Often, not exclusively, but often by leadership of the Trump administration. And so it was important that we witnessed this time for them to speak in their own voice about what they've been through.
After meeting Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, it felt like someone shut off the lights to my soul.
I have never been more scared in my life than I was that first time that he hurt me. I remember crying the entire way home, thinking about how I couldn't ever tell anyone about what actually happened in that house.
He gave me an ultimatum. Either you come here and massage me when I call you, or you bring me friends of yours to massage.
The days of sweeping this under the rug are over. We, the survivors, say no more.
These are real people dealing with real crimes that too often have been weaponized for political reasons.
I would say I actually think the thing that was weaponized was the Jeffrey Epstein controversy. And actually, the women were the last thing that this administration and those who seek to cover up more information were considering. I think what we saw yesterday was a recentering of the victims at the heart of the story. And that is essential, I think, in pushing this past partisan politics. Side note, a few of the women got up at the podium yesterday and said, were Republicans. They didn't say who they voted for, but they really want to make clear to the American public, this isn't about taking down an administration we don't agree with. This is about our truth. This is about being abused. This is about surviving abuse, and this is about getting to the truth. And I think the reality of them coming forward like this is that it now pits those who want transparency on the side of the victims and those who don't. It pits them against the victims. And that is a very challenging fight to wage, to be out there. It's not that they're fighting. And the president said yesterday in the Oval Office, this is a Democrat hoax. The women out there aren't part of a Democrat hoax. These are women who are survivors. And I think the country looks at these, hears these stories, looks at these women and says, this isn't about Democrats trying to gain a leg up on Trump. This is about women who have gone through something horrible, trying to get at the essence of that hurt and trying to find some kind of closure here. And if you're standing in their way, then you're against these women and these survivors.
And the obsession or conspiracy theory, which it's hard for people to appreciate if you don't spend a lot of time on the MAGA digital spaces and podcasts. This is a huge, long-running thing.
Yeah.
What we're now witnessing is months now of the difference between treating it as content and the more messy, factually related process of treating it as reality. That hasn't gone as well for the Trump administration.
Well, I mean, it does beg the question, why did Trump gin up all of this heat around Jeffrey Epstein beginning in 2015 if he knew the information in the files was not politically expedient at best for him, right? But the reality is that the reason this theory and the Jeffrey Epstein controversy and saga and crimes are so resonant with the MAGA base is because it gets to the essential proposition of MAGAism, which is there is a cabal of elites that are out there to screw you. And they are doing everything in their power to keep you down, to keep you in the dark, and to keep the real truth in the shadows, right? Epstein is a placeholder for that feeling, for that thesis. And that's why it's also not going away. I mean, you have some MAGA members of Congress who are trying to brush this under the rug. You have some people at the Office of the Director of National Intelligence who are trying to brush this under the rug. You have the House leadership and the Speaker of the House trying to further the president's political ends by brushing this under the rug. But the reality is MAGAverse writ large, from Joe Rogan on, is still very much interested in what's happening here. It's not going away. And you have the added fuel in the fire of the victims coming forward, taking it out of the Washington firefight, mud pit, and saying, we want the truth. And by the way, if we can't get the truth, we're going to release a name of the client list on our own.
On our own. Yeah, exactly.
That is high stakes, Ari.
Yeah. We love when you come by.
I love coming by.
Straight facts.
I mean, I'll just, take a couple lighters, few pens, some cough drops.
We'll find you a lighter.
Borrow the jacket. I don't know.
We got cough
Thanks
drops
so
right
much.
here.
Thanks. I'm done with TV for the night, but
Well,
it did
come
just
back.
for my long nightlife.